Autogyro Europe. It's called the Calidus. It was introduced in 2009, and there are a number of variants of this with open cockpit. Power plant is a 100 to 115 horsepower Rotax 912 or a turbocharged 914. Rotor diameter is 27'7" or 8.4 metres in the new money. Has a length of about 15'8" or just under 5 metres. Maximum speed of 100 knots or 185 kilometres an hour, and that is a pretty good clip. Also has a range of about 435 nautical miles or about 800 kilometres, and it is superbly displayed today by Pete Davis. He's been flying for over 33 years. He was first issued a gyroplane display authority in 1991 and became a display authority evaluator in 2012. He's done major air shows, displays in UK, New Zealand, and displays throughout UK and Europe. Well over 3,000 hours flying gyroplanes. And he won the first British Gold Calibri Award. He was 4th place in the first World Microlight Championships and has set FAI world distance records.
So this is another aircraft which is a two-seater, so lovely for two, and you know, just a little bit of space for some luggage, but super quiet.
Well, how does this thing fly? Because the rotors are stationary, you've got the engine running. Basically, it comes from the Greek word meaning self-turning, and that's the difference between it and a helicopter. Even though you can have a gear that will actually start the rotor turning, it is not that gearing that actually causes the rotor to spin up. It is actually the forward motion, the air coming up through the blades, whereas in a helicopter the air goes down through the blades. Basically it turns because the passage of air through the rotor disc upwards from below, the helicopter uses its power to push the rotors and put...
Audience participation.
We need it.
And we'll let everybody know when the right time is to exercise your waving arms and get some exercise whilst you're sitting and enjoying the beautiful sunshine.
The blades on this aircraft are angled so they produce lift, but are also the angle of the blades is set so that it speeds up to a point where it turns at a stable speed, and at that point both drag and thrust produced by the blade are balanced. It's one of the most important things. Autogyros or gyrocopters, whatever you want to call them, were invented by Juan de la Sierra, and that was only 20 years after the first flight of the Wright brothers in 1903. And they really marked a departure from conventional fixed-wing aircraft in an attempt to produce an aircraft that couldn't stall. That was the whole idea. You can see the rotor blades are being spun up there. That will disengage, and the forward movement of the aircraft and the air up through the blades will cause the lift.
And it's quite extraordinary. An aircraft that was designed so long ago looks incredibly modern and sleek today. And here he goes.
You see the angle of the blades there is about 15 degrees to the line of flight. That's pretty standard for an autogyro or gyrocopter. He's off.
And another aircraft today with a beautiful smoke system.
as you can see, Pete up there is really giving this a ring out. The performance of the aircraft is incredible. It has a beautiful cockpit area and it's designed for long-range touring. With the manoeuvrability that you've seen here, there are a lot of countries that are now starting to phase out helicopters for things like getting cattle mobs together. It's a very good aircraft for that purpose. Very economical too. It only uses about 12 to 18 litres per hour, and that is at its maximum speed, which is up to about 100 miles an hour.
This is a fun display of crazy flying by Pete. Just shows the extraordinary manoeuvrability of this very speedy little aircraft. We might should encourage you to work in one of these.
Pete took the aircraft down to New Zealand and he really wowed them there, showing the capabilities of the aircraft. Of course, this is the enclosed cockpit version. You can get one with exposed cockpits, but why would you when you want to fly in maybe not so nice weather during winter? Quite quick. Can actually run on MoGas or motor fuel.
For those of you who like your films, will very much remember Little Nelly in You Only Live Twice, the famous James Bond film. And this is a much more modern version, of course, but it's very much has those same roots.
Of course, Pete is highly experienced in flying this aircraft, has been doing this display for many years now. But you never tire of it because it just looks incredible.
The amazing thing about air display flying is the people involved, and you might have arms in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all your friends and family, give Pete a big wave.
Everyone down in Slipstream, give him a big wave. He'll be coming past here soon, just taxiing past the crowd line, so with something special, I do believe, Alan.
Well, Pete's display starts from takeoff and finishes way after the landing. Oh, coming down between the trees towards us, arcing away.
I'm betting Capability Brown wouldn't have thought of this when he was doing the design for the landscaping here at Ragley Hall.
Those artfully placed trees were there for a reason.
There's well over 1,000 of these calidus have been produced. Sport, touring, and it makes a very handy machine to chase cattle with as well. Look at that, landing in nothing. Public holidays.
Any excuse, really?
Yeah, he would fly to chase a cockroach. You can see the rotor blades slowing right down there. Pete's opening the canopy now.
Little fresh air back inside.
Yeah. And of course, you need to be able to give him a really big wave and a round of applause as he taxis past the line.
Oh, look what he's got in his hands.
Yep.
Big wave.
Give him a wave.
Now that has to be one of the photos of the day, that does. So these gloves are specially Civil Aviation Authority approved.